We are now a full week into Fortnite Chapter 6. It's a brand new map and a brand new loot pool. After the horror that was Fortnite Chapter 5, it's always welcome. Especially since the end of Fortnite Chapter 5 with all the Marvel loot was legitimately what retired me from Battle Royale for months as I went into exile in Fortnite Reload. The bar was low and Fortnite Chapter 6 has been very welcome in that regard. First of all, the map. Aside from gameplay, the aesthetics of this map are nice. The previous map was straight up dull and it looked like Epic was trying to make a Call of Duty style color scheme, and personally it sucked. One of the main reasons I love Fortnite is for its style, and Epic has pretty much delivered a mix between Chapter 4 and Chapter 5's aesthetics, and I like it when the map is bright and colorful, and that was one of the things that attracted me to Reload earlier this year. Not just because it makes for better thumbnails and general content, but it's just literally nice to spend some time in. My favorite looking places are Night Shift Forest and the colorful fields area that Epic never actually named. It's the place between Seaport City and Hopeful Heights. I also like the look of the floating island POI, but these are definitely not my favorite places for gameplay. Realistically, Night Shift Forest is home to all the bush campers, and the colorful fields area is literally no man's land. The floating island is literally impossible to see anything. They really could decrease the fog by about 30% and it would feel much better in my opinion. Personally, my current drop spot is usually Brutal Boxcars, mainly because that's where the train usually stops at on its route. I'll drop there, grab whatever loot I can on both the train and the train station, and I really like that there's like 4 chests close to each other on the train. Sometimes it means I have to take on 1 or 2 fights, but the whole reason I'm there is because after I hack the chest, there's a good chance I can pick up the mythic rifle, which comes very handy later on in the game. Then I'll ride the train all the way to Seaport City, which is usually my first and final stop. Reason being, I don't really like taking fights on the train, and I only use the train to get the mythic. So I'll either fight people at Seaport, or if no one's there, I'll just pick up a car and move towards the other medallions to get into my next battle. So far I've spoken about using 2 methods of transport, and it's worth noting that mobility feels like it's in a great place this season. That's because personally I am a fan of chasing around the map, so having motorbikes, trains, various cars, the sprite that throws you in the air, and the floating island in endgame, it really keeps the pace for me personally. The one issue I have though for pacing is TTK in Chapter 6 feels absurd. TTK is time to kill, and every game has to balance this. It's how long it takes for players to eliminate each other, and it depends on the weapon's damage outputs. The Chapter 6 TTK is way too low for me, meaning I don't like that you can eliminate players as quickly as you can right now. And I think it's because the loot pool's damage output is just super high right now. There are a lot of mythics in the game right now, which thankfully at least they're guns and not supercharged Sonic Marvel laser beams with rockets attached, or else this review would be very different. The mythic rifles and SMGs are powerful though, and even the legendary weapons pack a real punch. Ninja even alluded to the fact that the red dot AR on green variant is also beaming players for him.
The damage is really, really strong, dude. And I have a green and I'm beaming people, you know?
I also saw a clip of Ninja getting destroyed by the blade, and honestly, this weapon sucks to play against too.
What do you do? What do you do to that?
Like, watch how after healing from a previous fight in this clip, this player watching me from a bush shot me with their AR and without any difficulty was able to jump and slice me from within the bush I went into. There isn't much countering that I can think of to be done here, aside from having loads of shockwaves maybe. Of course, in this entire review so far, I haven't really mentioned the battle pass, and truthfully, it's not a deal breaker to me pretty much ever. It's a good battle pass, but gameplay is always my #1 priority. Don't get me wrong though, I do like their skin and emote. My final thing is about the boss NPCs. I've only really been fighting 2 of them. This one is super annoying because you shoot him and he moves across the map. So you need a car to take him down. And this one is an experience to take down. Obviously, once the island has spawned, it's at that point in the game where you'll likely be contested because people have already got some decent loot. This NPC is a damn challenge, I'll give you that, Epic. The medallion can be worth it though. I would say it's not good enough given the work you have to put in to get the medallion, but I would also hate it if Epic made it too strong. I really don't like when one item is absolutely necessary to win the game, so they have a decent balance here. OG Fortnite is here too now, so I'm going to post my review of that when its first week comes to a close.